From similarities to poses and presidential campaigns. Wait, what the fuck? Hello, Magi here, and welcome back to another episode of Interesting Touhou Facts, the series where I talk about facts from Touhou that I find either fun, unusual, or simply interesting. Before finishing off, I want to mention that I might sound like shit because I've been sick for the past week as of this recording, so sorry about that. So without further ado, let's begin the Interesting Touhou Facts number 80. Number 5. When it comes to clown piece, we associate it with everything that is American, the most patriotic fairy you've ever seen. While it looks like America wasn't exactly her only inspiration, clown piece bears similarity to lampads, nymphs who serve the goddess Hecate, the basis of Hecatea. Lampads accompany Hecate on her nighttime travels and carry torches which have the power to drive someone to madness, like clown piece. Given that she's a hell fairy, her inspiration does sound reasonable, and Visionary has surely proven clown piece is able to drive people insane, even Yomu. You might want to be wary if you see any random torches, just saying. Number 4. So in the previous episode, we talked about Sagami and her unique power on reversing situations. It appears she has another which some might not have been wary of. I didn't even know about this shit until I did the research. She's able to create an occult ball. Using her powers, Sagami created a secret occult ball. It had the power to change the world by using people's words, and merely being near it would cause false rumors such as urban legends to materialize. Although it was just insurance, the plan was to use it to materialize the lunar capital in Ginsokyou by spreading rumors about NASA hiding the truth about what they saw on the moon. This also caused numerous lesser urban legends to materialize, starting the events of Urban Legend in Limbo. So a pretty interesting and powerful item, I must say. But another crazy thing about it is that it actually belongs to Marissa now. In one of Legacy's endings with Marissa, it showed the magician holding the orb. And as of this recording, it still belongs to Marissa. Whether she keeps it with her at all times or is at her house, it's unknown. The idea of Marissa having the secret occult ball worries me, but it could be worse. I think anyway. Number 3. We talked about Patchouli in the past and how she had an unusual amount of beef with Suika, or Onis in general. One that we're still wondering to this day. It appears there's another person with a pseudo beef of sorts with Suika. Man, she's got some complicated relationships. This is gonna involve Yuyuko. Yuyuko might have known Suika before Suika went to the underworld, as she describes the missing immaterial to Patchouli as nostalgic in Patchouli's story, even though she isn't sure what it is. Yuyuko meets Suika in her own story, and she disappointingly says that she had hoped to find a good memory, but ended up finding a little demon instead. And the two proceed to insult each other very harshly. Although the doublespeak and metaphors aren't completely clear, this could imply that Yuyuko knew Suika from long ago, and the two did not get along. While Yuyuko may seem a little more cut and dry when it comes to her attitude with Suika, there are still questions to be asked. If our assumptions are correct and they don't like each other, why? What event has caused both Yuyuko and Suika to not be on the friendliest of terms? After that, there's another question I want to ask. Does Yuyuko know why the fuck Patchouli has some sort of grudge against Onis? Because I really want to know. Number 2. So Antenemy's main gimmick is the perfect possession system. Essentially, you can choose up to 2 characters for every battle and switch them out whenever you need to. A pretty cool system, I have to admit. This makes teams much more dynamic, as you might want to pick characters that can either cover your character's weaknesses or that highlights its advantages. Aside from a gameplay perspective, it has some really cool stuff. This is in regards to how a character introduces themselves in battle. At the end of my playthrough of Antenemy, I showed some examples of these intros, and there are a lot more of them, which I will be showcasing all of them. I'll be using Yat's video on it as he beat me to it, and I think he compiled the video perfectly. So check his channel out after to show your support. But anyway, let's begin the showcasing. I gotta give Twilight Frontier props, as it's the little things like these that really enhances a game. And we might see these poses in Doujin Works, which would be cool to see. Number 1. In the beginning, I mentioned about presidential campaigns, and you might be asking, what the fuck? Especially after the whole no leader deal in the human village. Well, I got a lot of explaining to do, so in alternative, there's an article that focuses on Miko. I want you guys to hear this shit for a bit. Let me quote some stuff Miko said. The reason I was not elected as an official in Gensokyo is that the system is corrupt. From now on, as president, I will lead the humans to a better future. That was from the first article. Let's look at the second one. Make humans great again. Oh shit, you know this is gonna get good. Humans have their jobs stolen by illegal yokai immigrants. I will build a great wall on the border of the human village, and I'll make the people with yokai connections pay for it. The yokais coming from the outside the village, they're no good. They're bringing with them a mountain of problems. Drugs and disease and even triple X. And sometimes there are good ones, but that's rare. Yo, I don't know about you guys, but Miko's kinda speaking some familiar quotes there from a certain president of the United States. As of this recording anyway, who knows how 2020 will go. But yeah, Miko's been hitting up on some of President Trump's campaigning technique. I'm not for sure how I feel about that. Alright, before you guys lose your shit, let me explain. What I mentioned was a rewrite to what Miko's original quotes were, all done by Aya, mind you. The quotes you just heard were ripped off by a weekly magazine article about the presidential election in the outside world, which makes sense given the original release date of the print work. Miko's campaign was really about bringing awareness to health. The topic of the lecture was healthy living for humans explained by a hermit. When the article talked about president, it really means health president, and her quote about yokai really referred to very sweet candy. I don't know about you, Aya, but when I think of sweet candy, I think of Skittles, gummy worms, and such. Not fucking yokais! You guys gotta see the other parts though. Illegal yokai immigrants are stealing our jobs in the human village was candy is taking over our food. How you can refer to illegal immigrants stealing jobs to candy taking over food is beyond me. All her other quotes were also talking about how eating too much candy is bad for your health. It was something like, you should store candy in a high place where children can't reach it, but really it was just too boring. It might have been boring, true, but it was, well, the fucking truth. In Aya's words, in editing the text to make it more exciting and dramatic, we regret to say the changes to the meaning were introduced. Wow, color me impressed, Aya. I couldn't even in my wildest dreams try to spin Miko's speech about health awareness into illegal yokai immigrants. Now, President Trump likes to announce fake news as much as Yuyuko likes to eat, so I try not to take him too seriously. But after reading this shit, I might have to side with the president here, and I never thought I'd be saying that. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Which facts were your favorite? Do you think Onis in general have some random hate towards them? Do you think the poses were a cool touch? And were you initially shocked at what Miko said until you learned the truth? If you guys enjoyed this episode, please give it a like and subscribe, or else Aya might make a fake article on me. I'm not for sure if I should be happy with the attention or annoyed at the lies. Either way, this is Magi, and thanks again for watching.